Hello, everyone. Welcome back. For those of you who don't know, it's Ismail. Welcome back to the Victory channel. I'm hoping you guys have a blessed day. And today, what we are going to speak about and what I'm going to talk to you about today is going to be discipline. Discipline is a big subject here on this channel. Discipline is what makes weak men strong and what forges everyone to the right path and what forges you to be the best version of yourself. Now, discipline can be utilized in many ways. Discipline in the gym, discipline in the kitchen, discipline um, with the females, girls. So discipline can be handled in many different ways, and there's many different aspects of that discipline. So today what we are going to do is we're going to talk about why discipline is actually more important than motivation, first off. And second off, I'm going to give you some tips on how to build iron type discipline. So stay tuned and we will go over that shortly. So the first thing I want to talk about is why discipline is more important than motivation. So discipline is how you structure your days, how you structure your life, and under any circumstances, you do not break those structures. Basically, the discipline that you have. I'll give you a couple of examples. One of them could be discipline in the gym. You know, a lot of like myself, one of the disciplines I have in the gym is I don't take more than 2 days off from any workout. I have not taken 2 days off from a workout for the past, I would say, 6 or 7 years. It's just a discipline that I've instilled in myself. I know that's something that's very important for me and building my body, my foundation. So again, that's how I keep myself looking good, keep myself feeling good. I'm always in a positive state of mind, and working out, going to the gym every day, definitely helps with that. So other things that are things that I interpret in discipline is, just every day giving thanks for the day and appreciating all the moments you have in life. It's very important to give thanks, and it's very important to take time and set time aside for that. If you can do that every day, I recommend in the morning when you wake up, because you do have one thing to be grateful for first thing in the morning, and that's just getting up. I'm not sure of the statistics, but there's people that don't wake up in the morning. So just be glad that you're one of the one that did. So just be grateful for that, and then at night before you lay in bed, be grateful for the day that you've been given, the people that you talked to, interacted with, and especially grateful if you were able to enact your disciplines in your day. So that's another one thing that's very good to be grateful for. Another thing that you can add in your discipline list is, where are you spending your time when you have free time? Are you spending it, wasting it on pointless things, activities? Are you watching the news? Are you watching sports, playing video games, smoking weed? Those are wasteful things that can destroy your discipline. So you definitely want to keep aware of the things and how you structure your day, because basically how you structure your day today is what you'll see recuperate within the next 90 days. So now you may be asking yourself, okay, so I know what discipline is, and I want to be more disciplined in my life. How do I do it? So the first thing I recommend you doing is getting a pen and paper out and writing down what change you want to make in your life. Let's say it is going to the gym. One thing that are going to want to write down is, how do I make this habit stick? How many times a week do I want to go? Let's say you want to start off at going 5 to 6 days out of the week. I give you a 1 day or 2 days of rest. So how I would build up to that habit and how I've done it in the past with any habit really, basically my rule of thumb is you want to do it every day for the first 21 days. Now you want to set your goal up for at least 21 days. Why it's important for 21 days is 21 days. It takes 21 days for you to create a new habit, and when you create it as a habit, you won't venture off that discipline once you've created it. So how does that look like for, let's say, the gym, for instance? So what I would do is I would make sure if you don't have a gym right now. Now I'm assuming this is a beginner from scratch, never been in a gym in a day in your life. So one of the important things you want to do is you want to make a new habit as easy as possible. I believe James Clear said that in his book Atomic Habits. You want to structure a new habit. You want to remove any vices, and you want to put yourself in a position to win. So the way that looks is you want to try to find a gym that's as close to your home as possible. You know, if money's an issue, try to find one that's the least expensive. Especially try to find one that maybe has a free trial. You know, that's one of the things that you can look towards. But most importantly is you want to make sure it's easy to get to if you're trying to start a new habit. So you don't want to give yourself an excuse for driving far away or by driving out of your way to go. Now, the second thing I would do is whenever you do go sign up for the gym, definitely take the tour if they offer tours. Get to know the staff. You know, introduce yourself to the staff. Be very friendly with them, and especially while you're building this routine, make sure to go out of your way to say hello and at least interact so you become a familiar face. Once you become a familiar face in the gym, you'll start to know that that's a place that you're welcomed and that people are looking forward to seeing you every day. So it kind of a little bit of accountability there, because you'll be like, I haven't been here in a few days. They probably wonder where I'm at, So things like that. So that really does help when you're trying to build a new habit. So the other thing I would do is, if you're new to the gym, once you've taken a tour, if they offer personal trainers, great. However, if it's something that you're very, very new to, you don't want to burn out. So how I've overcome this in the past is I will take it slow. Take it slow. I would say go at least, set aside 20 to 30 minutes of your day. I would say, like, let's structure this like the first 5 days. If you can go 30 to 40 minutes, boom, that's easy. The next week, go for 45, 50 minutes. The following week, go for an hour. You can cruise for an hour out of your day. It still leaves you 23 days to do what you have to do. 23 days, 23 hours to do what you have to do. So if you can at least stick to it for an hour a day, once you'll get to that 21 days in no time, that's how you can build the consistency to that it can be a new habit of your life. So that's just an example on how to create discipline in your life. There's more examples I can give as well. You have to be disciplined with your relationships. That's something that's also very important. You need to be disciplined to, make sure you're not always giving in. Make sure that you're always on your game and your frame. It's a big talking point right there that I've noticed is maintain your frame as a man. So that's one of the things that's very important. Also, are you staying disciplined in your wealth? Are you spending wisely? Are you investing when you need to invest? Are you buying when you should buy and selling when you should sell? Some people do panic buys and panic sells, and that's how they lose money. They see the market and they think, oh, I got to sell everything off. When if you could have been patient and disciplined, you can ask for guidance on when to do those things, and you're not acting out of emotion. The stock market, for instance, is an emotional game. You gotta just not always just being in the right place at the right time, but knowing when to invest and uh, how to diversify to where it can help your portfolio in the future, and you'll know when time to sell and when time to buy is. So those are just a few examples. So again, I just wanted to come here, talk about discipline and how discipline is greater than motivation. But motivation definitely helps, but you got to get the discipline in order. That's very, very important, especially when you want to make a change in your life. If you like this material, please like and subscribe to my channel. Also, this book right here is called The Warrior's Path to Mastery. This book right here has a lot of information on discipline, habits, and how to master yourself to be the best version that you can be. So definitely check that out. Links in the description there on Amazon. Really appreciate the support, guys, and just really grateful to have you guys joining me. And I hope that we'll catch you on the next round. Catch you guys later. Peace out.